Hey guys, it's me. I'm going to show you how to use the Vault really quickly. So let's open up SolidWorks. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I'll have it all set up in the bay so you won't have to do anything. But if for some reason the Vault doesn't start, go to Tools, Add-ins, and select SolidWorks Workgroup PDM. And then when you start it, it may ask you to log in, at which point you should hopefully know your login. If not, talk to one of the team captains. They should be able to make you one or tell you what your login info is. But once it's all started, this is what it's going to look like. So right now, there's a project folder for the 2014-15 car. There's nothing in it, as you can see. There's library components, which is like toolbox stuff, which you guys can fill in if you end up using toolboxes, but I've never used them. So. And then there's personal development folders, which will add each individual person who's doing design work in there so you can work in your own folder. Right now you'll see the 2013-14 folder. I imported everything from the old car. Well, mostly everything. I think there were some things that had problems, but it should mostly be in there. One thing to note, when you're looking at these files, you see how they're orange. It's because you don't have access to them, or you can't alter them if they're orange. So I can still say open checkout, but I cannot take ownership of the part. So it means if you can't take ownership, that means you can only open a read-only copy. So you could also, if you wanted to use one, you can also open it and then do a save as. But as you can see, I can still open it, view it. I could do things on it. But again, you'll have to do a save as and put it into the new folder because you can't save over the old file. What else? You can also, in assemblies, reference these parts. So if you're reusing old parts from last year's car, you can still make an assembly with them and reference them in that assembly. But let's show you how to, so let's say we want to make a new part. Open a folder up. We'll make something really simple. Let's make a box. Perfect. All right. So first we need to save it locally. There should be a scratch folder with all these. So we'll save it locally on the computer. Then you come over to the Blueberry, and then you can right-click so you can check in active document. Since we have it open, you could do that. The other option is if you're bringing in something that you were working on from home, you can put it on the local computer or in the Dropbox folder and then say check in from disk and then select your part. So you'll see when you check something in for the first time, it'll bring up a box like this. Let's make this a little bigger. One thing you're going to have to do, well, you don't have to, but it's good practice that we should start making a numbering system. So you'll make a number and a little description. Revisions should, there's two revision schemes. You guys will decide which one you want to use, but as you check parts out and back in, these revisions should automatically update. No one owns it right now. As you're working on parts, it's also a good idea to make new notes, or notes as every time you check it in with a major change. If you're doing a minor change, I wouldn't worry about it. But we'll do something like first check in to Vault. These boxes will be more for peer review, so I wouldn't worry about those right now. If you have a drawing along with this, you can hit Find Drawings, and it will look in that folder automatically for it, and then it will bring it along with it. But then you just hit Check In. It'll ask you if you're sure that you want to check it into that project, and as you can see, it's the 2013-14 car, which isn't correct. So you hit Cancel, we come back, we highlight that, or you can right-click on that project. Hit Check In from Disk again, Task 1, I'm not going to worry about the numbers and stuff. Yes. So now we've got the right project. Hit OK, and you'll see that the part is in here. So there's different checks. A pink check mark means that you currently own it. So we can release ownership. So now somebody else could potentially check out the part and do work on it. If I still own it, and let's say I go home at night and somebody else needs to do something on it, they're only able to open a read-only copy. So make sure when you're done at the end of the day that you disown all of your parts. If you are logged on and somebody else owns a part that you are looking at, I believe it's a blue check mark. I haven't checked that. But a blue check mark means it's checked by somebody, but it's not you. Pink check mark means you currently have it. So release ownership. And now this part should be visible on every computer in the bay. And it's as easy as that.